Hi everybody, welcome. It is that time of year. It is back to school time for us. Some people are starting school already. Some people still have a couple weeks, but it is that time where you are getting your supplies and getting ready for back to school. So I'm going to do a back to school series, and today we're going to focus on the school supplies. So welcome. For those of you that don't know, I'm Katarina. I'm from Sustainably Rooted, my channel, and please click that subscribe button and like, and it allows us to just reach more people. It allows me to, you can see when I've posted something new, I do zero waste videos, garden videos, and things to help create a more sustainable home in a way that's sustainable for you. So whatever that looks like, whatever family size you have or anything like that. I'm a mom of 2 kids and a full-time teacher, and so I really care about my school supplies, but I also have experienced some different things. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you kind of need to know are the 6 R's. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay. But I'm going to kind of break it down because it is kind of this hierarchy. So the first thing you do is you need to rethink. Rethink school supplies. Just because it's back to school doesn't mean you need to go out and consume and buy school supplies. It's okay. You don't have to do that. Rethink, maybe instead of having a tradition where you go buy school supplies, maybe you do something else. Like maybe you're making something for your teachers, or maybe you're doing a school supply drive, or maybe you're maybe there's something you can do together as a family to celebrate the back to the school year. I see a lot of people doing like back to school boards, and reusing chalkboards. Those are all great traditions. You don't have to go out and buy things to have a fun back to school tradition. The other thing is refuse. It's okay to refuse the whole, like your teacher gives you the school supply list, and those are those suggested supplies, and it's okay to refuse some of those specific supplies. For example, in my kindergarten class, they are asking for those twistable Crayola crayons. And it's okay that I refuse and say, you know what, I understand that this might help you in your classroom, but that doesn't really work for our family. And that's okay too. I'm a teacher, so I understand, and if that parent was not being defensive, it wasn't coming at me in a way that was like frustrating, I would definitely, and there was conversation, I would definitely understand. And we could work around that. You can refuse, in general, just having this idea of one-time use products. And that's really what school supplies have become, is you buy them at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year, you throw them all away. And it shouldn't be like that. So then the last thing is reduce. You do not need to consume all this stuff. Instead, what you can do is it's okay to not buy things brand new. Maybe go through your own household and see. For example, I promise you, you already have a bajillion pencils and a bajillion pens. And your teacher will not mind if they are already something that you have in your household. So shop your house first, okay? After I more or less shopped my house, I had plenty of pencils and pens, which I know most people have. I have binders in my house that are empty. As a teacher, I now have binders in my classroom that are empty. I have notebooks that are empty, or they might have only have a few pages, and you can rip those pages out, recycle those, and then you can keep using those books. And you probably do have folders, and you probably have either pencil pouches that are still good from last year, or maybe you don't, but you have some kind of small snack size container that you can do. So reduce what you're already purchasing. Maybe you got your kids that Taco Time crayon box, and they come with it. Like, there's your crayons right there. These ones, good job Taco Time, 100% compostable soy crayons. Anyway, so there you go. I also should mention at this time that I'm not being sponsored by anybody. I just want to get this information out to you. There's no, I'm not getting sponsored. There's no kickback money at all involved in this. But I will do kind of like a fun ad, because why not? So my fun ad today is going to be the crayons that should be in your purse. Like, you should have these crayons in your purse when those kids are just getting all rowdy and all out of control, and you have them. But yet you just store them, you have like bajillion crayons, and everywhere you turn there's crayons, and that's my life, at least. Crayon Life. So, sponsored by the random crayons that should be in your purse that aren't, and you're stuck at the store. Nice job. All right, back to your regular scheduled program. We did rethink, refuse, reduce, and now we're going to do reuse. So reusing is where you have something that you're using something already. So shopping your home is a great example. However, buying something secondhand is totally fine. For this part and for all of it, when you're working with kids, work with your kids. My kids are young enough that I can kind of purchase things or have things and it's really exciting for them. However, they don't really care about being involved in the same level. As you get older, like middle schoolers and high schoolers, yeah, they're definitely want to get involved. So make it fun. Maybe, do a drive. Maybe you're donating some different supplies, things like that. Also involve them, start small. What is something you want to buy secondhand this year that you want new? Okay. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be all of it. So for my son this year, he got a new backpack. Okay, starting kindergarten. I don't know how I feel about that. But we got this secondhand. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no problems at all. So when you're looking secondhand, eBay is a great option for working moms, working parents out there, grandparents, because you can easily find those things. We got headphones secondhand from eBay. Buy nothing groups are great, just posting something on Facebook. People have their own school supplies at home that they might be willing to give away. That's also a great place to get, maybe if you're doing a donation, is say, I'm looking for donations for these school supplies. Facebook Marketplace, garage sales this time of year, everybody's got garage sales. And for your electronics, look for the buying refurbished. We get all of our electronics refurbished. My husband's in IT, and that is a great option for college students, high school students, anybody that needs some kind of computer refurbished. Or any electronic refurbished. The last thing is try and look for something like this secondhand. So reusing, we have this thing called a rocket book. Long story short, you can write on this with a pen, special pen, and then you can erase it, of course. You can spray it and then use the wipe to erase it. But at the bottom, you have an app that goes with it that can take a picture, and then you have a digital version of it. And so I'm really curious about how I might be able to implement this in the classroom and be able to offer that to students in a way that they can, instead of buying notebooks after notebooks, maybe they just have the one notebook that's going to last them all through middle school. That would be pretty cool. So anyway, Rocket Book. They have several options, including, I'm using my Rocket Book for my notes, and now I've moved my notes. I didn't write it down, but I think they do have lots of different options, including, I think, planners, sketchbooks, potentially, things like that. Lots of different ranges of options and sizings and background, like lines versus blank, things like that. So check that out. Let's go ahead and get into recycle. So recycling, instead of me focusing on you recycling that item, we're going to focus on things that are purchased by that are made from recycled materials. We all recycle things, but we forget to buy things that have been recycled. So Decomposition is a company who creates notebooks that are post-consumer recycled materials. They're 100% recyclable material themselves, and they're made of soy ink, which is better for the environment. And they range from $6, like a pocket size, to $15 for an extra large notebook. And those are more pricier than $1, the $1 notebooks that you're gonna get from the store. I do understand that. I do. So start small. If you are interested in buying something or have the potential to buy something, this is a good option. Then Onyx and Green is another one. They're made of natural materials, and they're made of recycled materials and post-consumer materials as well. And something I just really liked about Onyx and Green as well is that they have a range of office supplies and school supplies, from staples and scissors and paste and things like that, all the way to your notebooks and things. Up to this point, I've only really shared notebooks and things like that. The other thing is I really like their creative and innovative ways that they're doing things. So they have this paper that's made out of crushed rock because that's going to be a little bit more sustainable. It's using something that's already being crushed. There's no, like, I don't know what the word is. It helps with deforestation. Anyway, so it helps with that. But it's just really interesting. They're really looking at different things, and they're constantly changing in their supplies and as they learn more, which I think is really great. And just in general, when you're looking for products, as you start to purchase things, which again, you don't have to, but when you do, look for quality and invest in that company. So things like, look for things that have replacement parts, which I'll get to in a second, 1% for the planet, B corporations, carbon neutral, and really look for it and see, this is kind of, there's a lot of greenwashing out there. So look for things that talk about a mission or a sustainability effort that's being made or statement that's out there, and look and see if they talk about what to do when that product's done. They call it like end of life, and so keep an eye out for those kind of things. A lot of these products can be in Earth Hero or things like, there's these websites that carry a lot of different things, so check out Earth Hero, they might have those supplies. The last R is rot. And one company that I really love is, or love the idea of, I should say, is this company called Sprouts. Okay, and they make some different products, but they make pencils that at the end of the pencil, end of life, they have seeds in there. And I've never actually tried them, I just have them. This is a gift from my son for starting kindergarten because he loves plants. So I told him that, you know, when he's done with this pencil, when it gets to the end, we can plant this and it becomes what it says. So this is going to become a spruce tree, it says. And how fun, really fun idea. I think this would be a great idea for teachers as well. And so very cool concept. Then the other company I want to just mention under rot, and rot means like that at the end of life, you can compost items. And Wisdom Company is one of those that have another video, check it out, where I kind of did an unboxing, and they do a lot of their materials at their end of life is actually like your composting. Going back to that replacement parts, Wisdom Supply Company also has a binder that comes in different parts, and you can replace those different items, which I thought was a really great idea. I've got my notebooks for this year, and again, when this is done, I should be able to either recycle it or what's the word? Sorry. Compost it. All I could think of was composition. Sorry. Sorry. So anyway, the last thing I'll leave with is that it's just right here. It says the vast majority of notebooks we pull from school dumpsters and trash cans are only 1/3 used before being discarded, resulting in unnecessary waste. And so the Wisdom Company, I did a video on them, but check them out because they're trying to do the same. They're really a great product to invest in. The last thing that I will mention is tape. They do have some different tapes out there that are compostable, but I do know that they're slightly more expensive. I forgot to get this one out. Washi tape is another option. Oh my goodness. There you go. I'm keeping that in the video, by the way. So that's real life. Washi tape is another option, and they're compostable. So just to summarize, please, so these are going through the 6 R's is you can rethink how you're doing recycling, or oh my goodness. Going through the 6 R's, rethink, refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and rot. And as you're going, just to summarize, please just remember to just rethink how you do school supplies. You don't have to buy things at the beginning of the year, and you can start small. It doesn't have to be every single supply out there. What's one of those supplies that maybe you can replace, and just over time you're replacing your items. Work with your kids and talk with your kids. Talk with them about, maybe get them intrigued and interested. Some kids are factual, some kids are heart-based, and play to their strengths and what gets them excited. So like I said, with my son who loves to plant, these are something that maybe excites him and gets him interested in switching out his normal, everyday, mechanical plastic pencil with something that's fully compostable. So thank you again. Again, like and subscribe. And I hope that you were able to find some kind of school supply that you can kind of use to refresh your new sustainable ways, if you will. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.